Imagine a garden bathed in the warmth of God's love. A gentle breeze whispers through the trees carrying the scent of 1,000 flowers. This is Eden, a paradise crafted by God's own hand. Here, Adam and Eve walked with their Creator, knowing no shame, no fear, only pure joy. God spoke to them directly, sharing His wisdom and love. They were His beloved children, entrusted with the care of His creation. They lived in perfect harmony with God, each other, and the world around them. The Garden of Eden stands as a testament to God's boundless love, but even in this paradise a shadow lurked. A serpent, cunning and deceitful, entered the garden. The serpent, a master of deceit, approached Eve with a slithering grace, his eyes gleaming with malevolent intent. His voice, once beautiful, now dripped with honeyed poison. Each word carefully chosen to ensnare her. He whispered doubts into her heart, planting seeds of distrust towards God, making her question everything she knew. "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" he hissed, his words a venomous challenge. His words were a cunning blend of truth and falsehood designed to sow confusion and discontent in her mind. Eve, deceived by his charm and persuasive words, responded with a mixture of curiosity and doubt. She pointed to the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, the one tree God had forbidden them to eat from. The serpent saw his opportunity and seized it with a sinister smile. "You will not surely die," he assured her, his voice dripping with false confidence. "For God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil," he continued, appealing to her deepest desires. He appealed to Eve's natural desire for knowledge and wisdom, perverting it into a thirst for power and autonomy. Eve, her judgment clouded by the serpent's lies, looked at the forbidden fruit with newfound longing and desire. She took a bite, savoring the sweetness that quickly turned to ashes in her mouth, a bitter reminder of her disobedience. Eve, deceived and ensnared by the serpent's cunning, offered the fruit to Adam, her partner. He chose to follow her into disobedience, sealing their fate together. The consequences of their disobedience were immediate and devastating. Shame flooded their hearts, replacing their innocence with fear and guilt. The weight of their actions pressed heavily upon them. Their eyes were opened, but not to the divine wisdom the serpent had promised. Instead, they were met with a harsh reality. They saw their nakedness, a physical manifestation of their spiritual brokenness. The purity they once knew was now tainted. The once vibrant colors of Eden seemed to dim, the air heavy with the weight of their sin. The beauty of the garden was overshadowed by their transgression. God, in His perfect justice, could not allow sin to remain unaddressed. His presence, once a source of comfort, now brought fear. He confronted Adam and Eve, the pain in his voice evident. The bond they shared with their Creator was now strained. Their rebellion had fractured the perfect relationship they once enjoyed. The unity they felt was replaced by separation. Adam and Eve were banished from the Garden of Eden, exiled from the presence of their Creator. The paradise they once called home was now a memory. No longer would they enjoy the fruits of the tree of life, the symbol of eternal life and communion with God. Their longing for what was lost was palpable. A flaming sword guarded the entrance to the garden, a stark reminder of their transgression. The path back was forever blocked. The world outside Eden was harsh and unforgiving, a testament to the curse that now rested upon creation. Their journey ahead would be fraught with challenges and sorrow. The forbidden fruit, a symbol of disobedience and rebellion, brought forth a bitter harvest. Sin, like a poisonous weed, spread its tendrils throughout creation. Death, once a stranger, became an unwelcome companion. The harmonious relationship between humanity and nature was broken, replaced by struggle and strife. The consequences of Adam and Eve's choice were not merely physical, but spiritual. Their descendants inherited this brokenness, born into a world shrouded in the shadow of sin. The image of God, once reflected perfectly in humanity, became distorted and marred. Yet, even in the midst of this fallen world, a glimmer of hope remained. God promised a Redeemer, one who would crush the serpent's head and break the chains of sin. The Garden of Eden, once a paradise lost, became a symbol of humanity's longing for a restored relationship with their Creator. Centuries later, the promise made in the garden was fulfilled. The echoes of that ancient vow reverberated through time, culminating in a moment of divine intervention. Jesus Christ, the Son of God, entered the world. His arrival marked the beginning of a new chapter in the story of humanity. He came to bridge the chasm that separated humanity from God, to heal the brokenness caused by sin. His mission was one of reconciliation and restoration. Through his death on the cross, Jesus bore the weight of our sin, paying the price we could never pay. His sacrifice was the ultimate act of love and redemption. He conquered death, rising again to offer us new life. This victory over the grave opened the door to eternal hope and renewal. This new life is about experiencing the fullness of relationship with God that was lost in Eden. It is an invitation to walk in the light of His presence. Through faith in Jesus Christ, we are grafted into the family of God. We become part of a community that transcends time and space. We become heirs to the promise of eternal life, symbolized by the tree of life in the Garden of Eden. This promise is a beacon of hope for all who believe. The story of the garden is not just a tale of loss, but a testament to the transformative power of God's grace. It is a narrative of redemption and renewal. It is a story that continues to this day, as God invites us to experience the joy of walking with Him in the garden of our hearts. This journey is one of faith, hope, and love.